here.
This country was built on the backs of slaves.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this country was built on. That's what most of the world was built on.
Now,
we're entering a new era where we have a choice finally in modern history to say we don't want to condone slavery anymore, and that's slavery of that wealth disparity creates.
I think there should also be a new terminology. I know that this is a kind of controversial thing. Whenever I think
Adam does not represent the views of Mount Taborga.
This isn't.
Simply his own views.
This is my own views now. Now, when we talk about what we sang in the beginning, the company store, coal mines, all that stuff, I think that should be considered slavery too, because you're pretty much in debt forever. And
and that's what I talk about. A modern form of slavery in the modern times is.
I think that should be
working at the company store. And for those of you who don't know, that term working, or what is it? The company store is in coal miners. You go and work, and instead of getting paid like real wages, you get paid in
basic amenities.
For like a housing or whatever, and then you'd be given a book of coupons or stamps that you could go and give to the company store to buy things from. The store that is owned by the company that profits.
It's the only store.
It's the only store, and you're in charge of everything. So you're spending all your money at the company store means you are working for this company, breaking your back, and then you turn around and everything you make, you have to spend at the company store. So where is all this money going? It's not going to you because it's cyclical.
Now, I think, so back in February, Black History Month.
February.
There are very much people who very much enjoy it. There are other people, including very prominent black speakers, who are against it, and they think we shouldn't
against Black History Month.
Against Black History Month, it's very much a stigmatization of it, and how it's very much a whitewashing of it too. Yeah. And I think I'm going to propose. This is just my own view. I think we should just call it, just in general, Indentured Servitude Month, and it should also include like all the people that worked in coal mines, all the people that worked on the frontier.
Yeah, I didn't know where you were going there, but I can get that.
Yeah, how it's like, hey man,
not even that, but where's most of our stuff made?
Yeah,
it's in China right now, and that's because Chinese workers, you can pay them next to nothing and house them in dorms that you make, and it's basically but it's fine because it's not in our country, but we're fine with exploiting.
And also,
other
they're
countries.
paying them. It's a wage.
Yeah, exactly
them, like that.
Like pennies.
Yeah, I think we should be talking about it should either be called something like Exploitative Labor Month or something like that. Where we should reflect about all these different ways that the people in general, us working class people, have been exploited.
It really could, because for Latinos we have the migrant workers, things like that.
For Latinos, we also have like plantations and
everything that Cesar Chavez was fighting and trying to expose. It's still here now. Who picks our food? Grapes of wrath, man. Grapes of wrath.
It's still every day, and it's really horrible because here's an interesting thing too. So Trump wanted to get rid of the H-1 visas, work visas, I think. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of the people who were against that were the grape producers and like Dole and like all those huge.
Yeah, because all of their money is they can't pay citizens enough, so they can use migrant workers, and they also don't have to give migrant workers good living conditions, anything like that, or working conditions, because migrant workers aren't gonna make a fuss about it.
Yeah, of course.
Because then we'll take away your visa, or even people who are here illegal immigrants. What the hell was I just saying?
I don't know where you're going.
Even people who are here, they especially can't have a voice. Because if they say anything, they're being shipped out on the next bus.
Yeah.
It's an exploitation of the silence of people because of the economic hold you have over them.
So I was thinking back in February, so I go to a Unitarian church sometimes. I'm a Unitarianist.
Yeah, well, because of the COVIDs.
Because of the COVIDs. Can't go to it. But it was, it was Black History Month. They were talking about a lot of the things that afflict Black people over, like, in Georgia, Alabama. What I was kind of frustrated with is, like, hey, there is... like, still stuff going on in Oregon's backyard, like migrant workers and stuff like that.
Oh,
like, shouldn't we also be talking, like, about their exploitative labor practices and stuff like that? How how something that, yes, we can talk about also Black History Month and how, slavery, but also, like, how do we bring that reality to somewhere that we know it? And they could use those types of examples that are like, hey, over here in Oregon, over in Hillsborough.
I can see that. It's making it more direct to you.
But it's like, you live by it. You live right there.
We are so removed from what we call slavery in the United States, which is specifically just when Black people could legally be owned as slaves. We're so far removed from that time period that we think, oh, that doesn't exist today. We don't have slavery today because it doesn't look like that. Well, hello, the world's changed. Things look a little different, but it's still the same.
The economic motor, as saying revolution, industrialization, but there's still the same system of capitalism, which is exploitation, and which leads us back into our former topic of who are the people that are in charge of protecting the wealth in the country? The police force.
Yes.
Police force and security guards and all that are very much, I think their main job is about protecting property. And,
Correct.
And
you're there to protect the interests of the wealthy. Which is why if you ever drive in Lake Oswego, you better be careful. Don't go over the speed limit and especially don't have darker skin.